Why not, I guess. Here goes nothing. It's 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. Good morning to y'all. What's up, Trucky Truck, Kevin, and others? It's Wednesday, the 10th of December, AD 2025. And we're having a loosey-goosey show already. Take everything that you hear, think, and see, especially on the Hake Report and from Hake and from the callers and super chatters, with a grain of salt, all right? You don't know. You really don't know. And I don't know. Hey, you know? I don't know. I don't go to school. And even the people who go to school, they think they know. Lord, shout out. But you can call in. Some of you are already on hold. 888-775-3773. That is 888-77-JESSE. Jesse. My audio is working again. Bill showed me yesterday after I cut my stream what the primary issue could be for this audio here that I try to play out right there, you know? Nice. So thank you, Bill. Shout out to Bill, the engineer, helping to make the studio function very well, in addition to the American Anchor Baby. So nice. So cool. And you can super chat via buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report and other platforms. I'm yapping. We the people. Look at this anti-Semitic, or is that pro-Semitic drama? No skywriting. Skywriting, also known as, what do you guys call it? You guys call it something. I forget what you guys call it. What do you guys call it? You guys call it, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's on the tip of the back of my memory. It's not important. Okay, so we're going to get going here. It's almost Christmas. And, well, by almost Christmas, it's more than 2 weeks away. So, shout out. But
have you been naughty or nice?
What a mess. So corny. Boo. Hey guys! So, how you guys doing? I am fine. I do have my nice shirt on. I'm getting ready for Punchy TV, which is going to be happening today. You guys ever heard of Punchy TV? Check it out. It's on the JLP network, and we co-host it. We being Hake. I shouldn't put myself first. Meaning American Anchor Baby, and Kurt, the new Punchy TV producer, Derek, Bill, the engineer, and Hake. You're supposed to put yourself last. All right? So don't say me and my wife. No, say Punchy TV featuring my wife and me. But if you have a podcast featuring your wife and you, yikes. Unless you're guests. And that's a risk. Shout out. So, that's why I'm wearing a fancy shirt. Is this fancy? What a mess. All right. So, I would like to, issue a couple of corrections, all right? I don't know if this is quite right, but if we mosey on over to the Hake Report, before I get to your calls, thehakereport.com, you can super chat by clicking on this thingamajigger and seeing, hey, thanks, Jesse, rating the stream. And I can check out the fan funding. Thank you, guys. But I want to mosey on down over here. There are billionaire females who are giving away money, and they're all being lauded. What a joke. What a joke. Before my little correction that I'm going to issue, MacKenzie Scott. I'm like, MacKenzie Scott. I feel like I've heard that name before. Donated $7.1 billion to nonprofits in 2025, a major increase. And I don't disclose whether or not she gave anonymously or loudly to Bond. But you can donate to Bond, rebuildingtheman.com/donate. MacKenzie Scott. She looks rich, I guess. I don't know. I can't really tell. A nice smile. Nice lady. At an event in Beverly Hills in 2018. Oh, okay, so she looks about 7 years younger here, right? Than she does now, I imagine. Plus or minus, can't really tell. Sometimes people age quick. Sometimes people have an age spurt, I heard. How as a kid you have a growth spurt, some people do. Anyway, in 2025, Tuesday, she revealed that she donated $7.1 billion with a B dollars in donations, marking a significant increase in her annual giving from recent years. That doesn't sound very Christian. All this revealing your giving. This dollar total will likely be reported in the news, but any dollar amount is a vanishingly tiny fraction of the personal expressions of care being shared into communities this year. I'm chuckling because I'm imagining the personal expressions of care given to the Somalis by these liberal white women. I mockingly say that because it's very politically correct to mock liberal white women if you're a normie conservative, so-called, bashing the liberal white women. MacKenzie, they call her Scott, acknowledged donating $2.6 billion in 2024 and $2.1 billion in 2023. So blah, 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 given $26.3 billion since 2019. So anyway, nonprofits, black colleges and universities got $783 million in donations from her so far this year, according to research from Marybeth Jasmine, professor at Rutgers University. Probably not a black school, but she's an expert on black schools. I'm presuming Marybeth is a woman's name. You never know nowadays. One of the things I really admire about MacKenzie Scott is that she is like an equity machine. Equity, not as in like home equity, I don't think. Although maybe, I don't know what that means. And she's saying, especially at a time when efforts, according to Commie Nonsense Network, efforts to promote equity, meaning communism, in education have come under attack from the Trump administration because education should not be communist and push anti-white and kiss-up culture, right? She said MacKenzie's gifts to HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities this time, are bigger than the round of donations she made in 2020. And 2020 was when everybody was kissing up to the blacks after Georgia, Florida. Hat tip to the great second favorite caller ever, Earl from Michigan. Some of you may remember him. He called them Georgia, Florida. Georgia, Florida. Oh, George Floyd. And it's so ridiculous that they were kissing up to blacks after George Floyd got himself dead. Rest in peace. My daddy changed the world, said his cute little daughter, not knowing what she's talking about. Kids. Am I right? So, so she's a do-gooder. And then there's this other opinion piece from literal Commie Nonsense Network. Look at this ad. Don't look at the ad. I hate that I have to scroll and then the headline disappears. Opinion, it's hard to applaud billionaires, says Commie Nonsense. Jill Filipovic, whatever it is. Wednesday, May 29th, 2024, a year and a half ago, okay? Hard to applaud billionaires. This article was promoted in the prior article that I was just showing you. But these few deserve recognition, and they have a couple of pictures of two female billionaires. And how are these females billionaires? They were married to actual real-life men billionaires. So MacKenzie Scott, it turns out, I looked her up on the internet. I won't tell you which search browser or search engine I used. And she was married to that guy from Amazon, billionaire, Jeff Bezos. Right? Because it's a Z. And the Z, Zeta, is pronounced with a S. Am I right? Shouldn't it be Jeff Bezos? But it's not Bezos like kisses. It's Bezos, but it's this, whatever. And then Melinda French Gates. Melinda French Gates, she got a face on her. Nice smile, right? That's Bill Gates' ex-wife. So these are ex-wives of billionaires, and they're pictured as people whom Commie Nonsense feel deserve recognition because they feel it's hard to applaud billionaires. I'll tell you one thing. I find it very easy to applaud billionaires. Elon Musk. A. Donald Trump. Wow. I even openly like and respect and admire that one guy who's a little bit short, but he's gotten fit, and he almost was going to fight the walrus. He was going to fight Elon Musk. Jeff, or whatever that guy's name is, Mark Zuckerberg. He's like my top 10 favorite billionaires, probably. And that may be off, but he's definitely easily in my top 100 favorite Jews. Mark Zuckerberg. No, is it Mark? Yeah, because there's Jeff Zucker who runs like Commie Nonsense or something. I don't know. It's CBS. I don't know. Info may be false. Disclaimer. But I find it easy to applaud billionaires because they do well for themselves and for a lot of employees. And they are on another level in terms of their physical, and they work smart, they work hard, and just because they're dumb liberals doesn't mean they're not easy to applaud. Commie Nonsense Network, CNN. I shake my head. I shake my head. I shake my head hard at Commie Nonsense. All right, so anyway, what do they say? Jill Filipovic is a journalist. Scum of the earth. I listened to all these. I was perusing my memory of these movies that I used to watch as a kid. And then I'll get to your calls. Newsies. You know, the original movie that made Batman who he is. Newsies with that guy who you guys love him for that evil movie, and I have no understanding for it, for the reason for it. American Psycho. That guy. Christian Bale. I don't even know if he is a Christian. He's not even American. He's Welsh. Did you know? And that guy was in this movie Newsies. And who's the good people in Newsies, the good guys? These young guys, paper boys. They pass out the papers in the early 1900s or so. And they want to go on strike and unionize. So it's union propaganda. And you know who's the good guy who promotes their message and saves the day, helps save the day? This guy, I forget his name. It's not Christian Slater, is it? It may or may not be. I could totally be off on that. But this guy plays a journalist, and he writes but But he writes, he's like more of an independent journalist because there's Pulitzer and Hearst. They're the journalism owners. And so it's pro-journalist propaganda from the scum of the earth. So Disney has always maybe been evil, except for when Walt Disney was alive. Maybe they were okay back then. Was Walt Disney a billionaire? He's probably in my top 10. But I like Jews because people say that Disney was anti-Semitic. I learned that from Tumblr. So they're talking about in a vastly unequal world, it can feel a little rich. Okay, boomer, let's talk how my generation got left behind. Follow her on Twitter. No, thanks. Was it called Twitter even back in May 2024? Or was it X by that point? She's talking about broken systems and global systems and poor people. Melinda Gates is one of the good ones. No, she's not. How is she good? The only thing she did was trick Bill Gates into marrying her. Or maybe she was some of these gals are probably quite capable. I should give them a little bit of, to use the black vernacular, they're flowers. Afghan girls' education. Blah, 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 blah. Billionaire women. MacKenzie Scott. Husband Jeff Bezos, ex-husband. Blasts himself into space and gallivants with his new girlfriend. MacKenzie Scott being this do-gooder. Donating the entirety of her fortune to charity. She pledged. Because she didn't earn it. She got it by way of divorce. She became like a billionaire by divorcing that guy, right? Isn't that what happened? They're not good. No man or woman is good. And I'd rather he do less harm. He does less harm by blowing it on space, which is real. But even if you don't even think it's real, at least he's spending it on space rather than spending it on communism and falsely promoting the black agenda, you know what I mean? And other stuff. So, eat that. Billionaire MacKenzie Scott, $7 billion. $7 billion to charity, so-called charity. And then other hard to applaud billionaires? I don't think so. Newsies propaganda, I think. I forget where I left off. Whatever. Oh, divorcees. Billionaire divorcees. What a mess. So that's that. Let me get back to the calls. Since yesterday, I was on the calls yesterday. Let me get back to them today. Let me get to George in Ohio, who's on the line over here. George, it's good to hear from you, sir. What's up?
Hake, what's good?
Everything.
Yeah, just checking in with you, man. I watched the president's speech last night. Did you see it?
I saw a little bit of it. I caught maybe the tail end of it. Trump spoke in something Pocomo, PA. I love you, Pennsylvania. And we do love Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it was a pretty good speech. It's kind of the same thing, but it's always entertaining to see him work the crowd and all that.
Yeah. And so what was the point of the speech? What was he talking about? According to you, in your perspective.
The main gist of the speech, he was talking about affordability, or what people call affordability, which really isn't. It's not even in the president's power to control prices or like he has a magic wand or something.
Nor should it be.
He can't control the prices.
And,
and he shouldn't be. Exactly right. But that was the main idea of his speech, and it is affecting like sort of his popularity in there because the media keeps blaming him for this over and over and over.
Yeah.
But
and there are like
inflation,
socialist young socialist suckers who want to join in that blame. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
The inflation's out of control. Did you see the price of silver?
No. Silver?
Talking about, yeah, it's about 61 right now.
What's it supposed to be?
Oh, I think it's supposed to be about 150. There's no end in sight for this. It's a serious problem. It's a serious problem, and people are just now starting to wake up to this, which is why this affordability issue has become a topic. But the good thing about it being an issue right now is that it's going to kill Democrats in the midterms. It is absolutely, because it's one of those dead-ender, just kind of loser issues. You got Vivek Ramaswamy running on it, all the Democrats running on affordability, and it's a losing issue because the president doesn't have any control over affordability. Neither do any of the candidates. So,
wow. Silver. You mentioned silver. I'm looking at this chart of the price of silver. It was historically very low, and then it started to inflate, right? It got inflated. In the 70s, it got real bad, kind of bad. In the late 60s, it got bad, with all that, after all that welfare mess and government spending, they say, increases inflation. Elon Musk says it, so it must be true. And if you think about it, it is. And that's a tax on people, too. February 1980, it reached $35. And back before, it used to be less than $1 in like the 60s until like the early 60s. And then it started to go crazy. It spiked to $35 under evil Carter, right? And shortly after Reagan was elected, and it came down, it came up, it came down, it came up, it came down, 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 trending down. And then Bush, the daddy, got in there, and it was like sort of stable. And then Clinton, it was still sort of stable, kind of up and down. And then Bush, the W, started spending like crazy. And he was doing social programs. It wasn't just those wars, because he did a lot of wars, W. And then Obama brought it to where it was highest ever, almost $50 in April of 2011. And people were saying, oh, he's going to be a one-term president. And then it started to come kind of down a little bit by 2012. They were acting like it's coming down a little bit. It was still really high. But then they still reelected Obama. And it stayed kind of high. It had calmed down a little bit. And then Trump, under Biden, it started to spike again. And now it's spiking again like crazy. Interesting.
Right. The precious metals, they're a good indicator of the health of the U.S. dollar.
Okay.
And I don't see this $61 price as being a very good sign for us right now.
Yeah.
People better really, really pay attention and figure out like what they want to do with their money. The grocery prices, they're not coming down anytime soon. But I want to offer a healthy criticism of the president.
Okay.
It's disturbing and confusing to me of how the president seems to care more about, and I'm not going to beat a dead horse here. This is like every episode for you. I know that. But how the president seems to care more about what Miriam Adelson thinks than what Marjorie Taylor Greene thinks. You get what I'm saying?
No.
All right. Well, Miriam Adelson is a Israeli billionaire and one of the biggest donors to Trump. She's been in the Oval Office multiples upon multiples of times. She donated over $100 million during his last administration when he moved the embassy, from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv or vice versa.
She's a good billionaire.
Oh, you think so, eh?
Compared to the billionaire females that I was just covering, she's donated
No,
to a good cause.
I don't
She
think
donated to
any of
Trump.
these-
That's a good billionaire.
Well,
She's American, by the way. She's not just Israeli. She's Israeli American.
There's no such thing.
What? Yes, there is.
You're either Israeli or you're American, and that's actually going to be the law pretty soon.
You think so?
I think
She was born in Tel Aviv. Let's see how she became an American. Wow, she has a Hebrew name. Look at that. How do you pronounce that? But this said Wikipedia. Who are you gonna believe? Wikipedia or George in Ohio? No.
You better be listening to me. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, so anyway, she but she's probably rich because of her late husband who died recently. What's her husband's name? Sheldon. Okay, so she was born in Tel Aviv, and parents fled Poland before the Holocaust. Her father was a prominent left-winger in Israel. And then, how did she come to America? I don't know. Anyway, go ahead. Okay, so you think that Trump is concerned with Miriam Adelson's approval?
Way more than Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Okay, but I can sympathize. You know why?
I'm listening.
Because one, she gave him money, and two, she is not turned on him. Marjorie Greene never gave him any money. She was all about herself. She joined the Trump train because it was about herself, and now she's turned on him. So are you going to be...
Nice try.
What do you mean, nice try?
Marjorie Taylor Greene championed the MAGA cause from the very beginning. She was there from the very beginning.
I don't remember her.
On the House floor, supporting the president all the way. She gave up her reputation, her career. She was attacked by multiple people from the left, including what's her name from Texas, running for Senate, going to lose, Jasmine Crockett, and multiple others were attacking Marjorie throughout this. And because of this Epstein issue, they split up.
Meaning she turned on him.
No, she did what she felt was right.
Wait, but she turned on him.
You know what? Okay.
She didn't get into office until 2021. What are you talking about? That's not the beginning.
No.
The beginning is 2015.
Before that, Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of the good ones, okay?
How do you figure?
Well, for one, she wants the Epstein files exposed.
What's good about that?
And for two, she does not want to continue funding Israel.
What's good about that? What's good about those two things?
I don't know. Personally, I'm against genocide. I don't know what you support, but I don't support it.
What's genocide?
Oh, genocide is the systematic killing of an entire group of people or race or demographic of people. I guess you'd call it democide more than that, but yeah, it's genocide.
And you think that's what's happening in Israel?
That's what I think is happening in Israel.
All right. And so you think that that's a reason to defund Israel?
Absolutely.
And for that reason, you're falling for a bandwagoner.
No.
She's a bandwagoner.
Nice try, Hake.
No, she's a bandwagoner, man. She won in 2020 in a primary runoff. I'm trying to find where she... Okay. I don't see her from the beginning. I don't know. I think of her as just a following the crowd woman. Why are you simping for women? For a woman?
That's annoying. I'm not simping for anybody.
I don't mean to be annoying, but it seems like simping when you're promoting her as like a good one. Because I don't think of Trump as listening to Miriam Adelson And I never thought of him as listening to Marjorie Greene. I appreciated Marjorie Greene. I called her a queen, a little bit mockingly. I was never into her being into politics. I mean, she destroyed her marriage.
No, you liked her when she was on board, and you didn't like her when she was not on board.
I always spoke against her being in politics. I called her a queen, a little bit facetiously. I liked her standing up, so-called, for the January 6ers, but I was never for her being all into politics. Thought it was funny when she said that that one woman can't see through her thick fake eyelashes, but she's a messy woman, and she always has been. And she destroyed her marriage, and she gave up her career because she couldn't take the heat after she turned on Trump, and it didn't go well for her. So
I don't like your mischaracterization of the issue.
I'm not mischaracterizing anything. She turned on Trump. She literally turned on Trump.
No, I completely disagree with that.
How did she not turn on Trump? Is she still with him?
The president called her a traitor way before she decided to break with the president.
No, she is a traitor.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, then you're going to have to explain what it means to be a traitor.
Okay, she turned on Trump.
That's different. That's different from being a traitor.
If you turn on somebody, you're a traitor.
No, because traitor is a lot more serious. Traitors get put to death.
Depending on whether the nature of the trading, but that's ridiculous. She's still a traitor. Have you ever called your friend a traitor? Your friends ever betrayed you?
No, I've never, because they're my friends, right?
Well, did they ever stop being your friends and they betrayed you and became traitors?
No.
Oh, well, then you haven't lived. How are you so insulated in life? No wonder you fell for this woman. Do you know women?
You're pretty good at the spin thing there, Hake.
Spin?
Pretty good. You're pretty good.
What's good about, okay, you said what's good.
But you do have a lot more experience than I do.
Well, I'm not even trying to experience. I'm trying to reason with you.
Back to the issue.
Yeah. What's good about wanting the Epstein things released?
The number one threat facing America is putting Israel before ourselves.
You think so?
I do.
And how are
I'm sure one way or another I'll pay for saying that, because you seem to be really on board with this Israel thing.
I don't really think one way or the other. You're just on board with Marjorie Greene being against Israel.
Yeah, why do we send them so much money?
I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask me. You're asking the wrong guy. Why do you think being for the Epstein release is a good thing?
Because America is not going to move past this. They're not going to move past this.
But why is it good to pander to people
the same
obsessed?
reason why we can't get past the Kennedy assassination? The same reasoning, the same logic.
Who's we? I'm well past the Kennedy assassination. That's water under the bridge.
You're killing me, man.
Women tend to be conspiracy theorists, and so maybe that's why Marjorie Greene is acting the way she is, kind of like other loudmouth black females are acting the way they are out in the, who are just trying to run podcasts and things.
Okay, what is a conspiracy theorist?
Somebody who speculates about things that they don't know. And that's what's happening. You're speculating that Trump is more concerned about Miriam Adelson's approval than Marjorie Greene's approval, when I don't think Trump has either woman on his mind hardly at all.
His actions say differently. I bet you that Miriam Adelson has been to White House probably over a dozen times this year.
Why shouldn't she? She's a supportive gal.
Look,
he gave her that award. He knows what she is.
Because she's a paying supporter, she should get more weight than the American people.
She is part of the American people.
Like I said, there's no such thing as a dual citizen.
Okay. So you think that because a certain segment of the population is stuck on this Epstein thing, that Trump should pander to that?
What do you mean? See, that's what I'm saying. there's nothing wrong with you asking questions.
Right.
But it's the little tag, the little stinger at the end.
That's how I feel it is, because Trump doesn't see the Epstein thing as an important issue. I don't see it as an important issue.
It's not pandering. It's not pandering.
It
Trump
is.
was elected to represent us. And if this is what we want, then this is what he should be doing. He works for us.
But who's us?
He's not.
Everybody's not. Who? You're thinking that Trump should think the way you think. But just because Trump doesn't think the way you think...
I'm not. No, that is not what I said. I said he works for us. I didn't say he works for me.
I know, but you're...
The majority of the people want this relief.
And the majority of the people are wrong.
And who are you to judge that?
Who are the majority of the people to judge anything?
You sit up there in your cool-looking shirt and you point your finger at people.
Yes, I do. Who are you to say that Trump should do whatever?
I'm just some black guy sitting here in the cold. So, whatever.
Well, it's 82. It's going to be 82 over here.
Yeah, I'm jealous, but you still live in the commie state of California.
I don't mind. The weather's nice. No, I don't. I really don't think that Trump is. I really don't think that Trump is overly controlled or influenced by Miriam Adelson, all right? He's done nice things for Israel. I don't think it's really harmed America. I think of him as very America first. I think of Marjorie Greene as Marjorie Greene first. She's a phony. And just because you may think that she's right, and you may be right on Israel support and the Epstein thing. I don't think the Epstein thing is really a big deal. I think it's been mostly uncovered, and that, you know, whatever needed to be uncovered has been probably uncovered. And then as far as Israel goes, Trump is protective of America, man. You're just speculating just because you think that she's visited the White House a lot. But he knows what she is. He's like, I think she loves Israel more than America. Remember he said that? You follow this stuff, right?
Man, it's your show. I respect.
No. Did you hear him say that?
Did I hear him say what?
You don't listen. Black people,
I know.
man.
I heard what you said. I just wanted you to say it again.
That he thinks Miriam loves Israel more than America.
Oh yeah, I did see that when he was at the Knesset. He said that.
Yeah. You
don't agree with that?
Of course I agree with it. It's funny. And so my point in saying that is...
That stuff isn't funny. That's dangerous.
No.
What are you talking about?
She's just a billionaire. Sheldon Adelson's widow, whatever. I think she can be called a widow.
Okay. I think there's more going on here. Honest to God, man to man, I think that there are people that you answer to that sort of steers you into saying these things. I don't really think you believe. I hope not. I hope you don't really believe this, but I respect your right to dictate the narrative of your show. It's your show.
So you're turning into a conspiracy theorist, like, oh, what's her name?
Negative,
what's her
negative.
name?
I'm not,
yeah, then why? Of course, it's a
woman,
conspiracy.
I'm neither a woman, a beta, or a conspiracy theorist.
Then how come you're going into speculation?
You say these things doesn't make it true.
Okay, well, just because you
don't
speculate,
get to put me in a position to defend myself for having an opinion.
But why would you have an opinion? You just claimed. I think there's something going on here where you answer to people and you have to give this narrative. That's a complete talk about an attempt at a character assassination. And also, it's a conspiracy theory.
Okay, well,
is that not a conspiracy theory, George, in Ohio?
Pierce Morgan would say, we'll let the audience decide.
The audience is stupid. They don't decide what the truth is. What does the audience know about Hake?
Oh my God!
What does the audience know about Hake that Hake doesn't know about Hake?
Today. Can we talk about Melinda Gates for a minute?
So
one second?
We can, but I just want to let the point stand for just a moment. Let this marinate for a second. That you made some sideways accusation against me. That other people are controlling me, and I don't really think the way I do.
Hey, if you really believe, then there's some deeper problems going on, man.
What's the problem?
You remember playing Pac-Man and how Pac-Man could kind of go like into the wall and like come out the other side?
Yeah, but there was a hole in the
wall. Like that's what you're doing. Like you went so far to the right, like you came out the other side now.
That's because perhaps I'm led by the Spirit of God. The wind blows wherever it will.
Don't blame God for this.
You don't know where it's going or where it came from. Anyway, go ahead about what's her name.
There's nothing good about Melinda Gates. It says that she was a philanthropist and she gave money to charity. I'd like to know what charities. 9 times out of 10, they were climate charities, or some sort of left wing, like Let's Enslave Africa kind of charities. She definitely is not helping homeless veterans. I'll stand on that. I beg to be corrected.
Should she?
Should she stand for homeless veterans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of.
What made you mention homeless veterans? Was that something that Trump brought up, or you just were thinking about that in terms of like a valid charity?
Yeah, the issue of homeless veterans really bothers me. There are a lot of homeless veterans right now, and it really disturbs me that the White House isn't making that an issue. For example.
I'm gonna ask the AI. What are the demographics of the homeless veterans in age, race, ethnicity, location?
You using Grok?
Yeah, I'm using far left extremist, off the deep end liberal Grok.
I like Grok better than the other ones. Have you tried the other ones?
No.
No, they're scary.
Yeah.
They're scary. Stay away from it.
Right. And so it's thinking, okay, overview. They say there's about 35,000 homeless veterans experienced homelessness in a single night in January 2024. Many at 10%, 11%, 25 to 34, 17.5%, 35 to 44, 1.6% under 25, 28%, 55 to 64. So those are the Gen Xers and boomers. Older boomers, 20%. So the biggest percentage are in their like 50s and 60s and 70s. And then there's 4%, 75 to 84, and then 0.4% is 85 plus. Yeah, I think of homeless veterans as being mostly older, but there are significant percentages of them who are our age plus or minus, meaning in their 40s, 30s, 20s. So, crazy.
Yeah, it's a huge issue. Homelessness in general is a huge issue right now. Lots, thousands upon thousands of people living in their cars. You know that. You live in California. A lot of people sleeping hard. Last night, it's very cold here in Ohio.
Yeah.
I used to give socks. I used to hand out socks and stuff to them. But to hear their stories and stuff is really it's an eye opener. It makes me grateful for what I do have in the moment.
Yeah. What did you think about Trump? There was a hit piece on Trump not wanting to have the homeless veterans camped out in front of Trump Tower.
Right. That comes up like every time. That's sort of like a leftist kind of throwdown.
Yeah.
I do believe that the president is very big on getting the homeless help. I think there was like an executive order or something having to do with this DC sort of surge that he did with the law enforcement and everything. Like they were actually getting homeless people like off the street and into different mental health and rehab centers, stuff like that. I do think that he's like trying,
Yeah.
I don't know, trying is the right word for it, but he's doing something about it. So that's good. We can't really say, see, that's the thing, is that the left likes to throw down like this sort of racist, elitist kind of attack against the president, when he's done a lot. He's done a lot for us. Well, I guess black people or minorities and all that. That he doesn't really get enough credit for. I will say that. But are we less of a priority than Israel? Yes.
But
I don't think that should be.
Because Israel is worth something. They do something with themselves. The homeless bums and black people, they don't do anything. They're not a good investment.
I'm not taking that bait. No, thank you.
But anyway, man, I think of it as a character flaw issue. There's a character flaw in most of the homeless. It's their own fault most of the time, I would say. And then there is a cultural flaw issue of feeling sorry for and catering to the homeless. That's why the cities, you'll find, they enable homelessness, and they are for people being on drugs, which is a big part of the problem. And then they are also for things like anger and depression and suicidalness, suicidality or whatever, suicide.
Nice. I do respond to that by saying that's a horrible take, borderline evil even, and you really, I would encourage you to think about that again. But
what the liberals are for those things?
You said that it's a character flaw, that they're bums, that they what do you say, they deserve to be there?
They brought it on themselves. They deserve what they get.
I don't agree with that at all.
But you didn't. But what about the fact that if your position in life is your own doing?
Up to a point.
Yeah.
For most of human history, life has been short, painful, and terrifying. And that's not those people's fault.
But today in America, your situation is pretty much your fault.
That extends into today.
Oh, so your situation is not your fault?
A lot of times it is not their fault.
Describe an anecdote for me, a story for me in which a homeless veteran, it's not his fault.
Only if you promise to take that as evidence.
I can't promise, but go ahead. No deal.
It wouldn't do anything to persuade you.
But I know, but give me an example so I know what you mean, what you're talking about. Because if you tell me a real life story, statistics don't tell the story. Anecdotes tell the story.
Oh. So you want an anecdote about a homeless homeless person who did not deserve it?
Yeah. And it doesn't even have to be like a real story. Just tell me a scenario. Give me a scenario. Just make up a story, but it's, representative of real life.
Okay. A 14-year-old girl was abused at home. She ran away from home to escape the abuse, ran to California, ended up on Figueroa.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So she's a homeless transient.
Is it
teenager.
her fault that she got preyed upon by society and ended up trafficked? At what point does it become her fault?
When she turned 12, it became her fault. Or maybe 11.
Oh, Lord.
Because
this can't be real. I almost regret calling.
Don't you think that weren't you evil by like 12, 11, 9?
Yeah.
Your parents may have done evil, right?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Because there's other things to do than be like a prostitute, preying on older men. By the way,
I see what you're saying.
Mutual predation.
There's something wrong with you, man.
No, I really like and respect homeless people sometimes. I mean, I should do it more, but we should never hate or look down on anybody. We're not better than them. They're not better than us. And shout out.
All right.
There's homeless people who listen to Hake. I've had homeless producers.
You got Christmas plans?
And I didn't lift a finger. I do have Christmas ideas. No set plan. I sort of have plans. Hang out. You know, we're going to have the week off, man. So it's going to be, we're going to miss y'all and y'all going to miss us, maybe.
All right. Well, if you're in Ohio, man, we can hang out, whatever.
Cool,
Not
man.
sure.
It's been real.
Bowling or something.
Say again?
So we go bowling or something.
Nice. Hey. I haven't been bowling since Vegas.
Okay.
It's good to hear from you,
it was
George.
Good talking to you.
Yeah, call me again sometime.
I almost regret calling.
That's funny, man. Don't ignore that emotion. Suffer through it. Don't identify with that emotion, man. This was fun.
All right. I'll catch you later.
All right. Take care. Bye. Art in Ohio on the line here. Art, thank you for calling and holding, sir. What's up?
Ain't no problem, man. Always be waiting on you, man, or whatnot, man. I'm glad you let me call in or whatnot and be taking my phone call, brother.
Yes, sir.
First thing first or whatnot, man. The dude was talking about what Trump was doing or whatnot on that little interview he did or something he did yesterday. Well, yeah, dude from Ohio is right. Yeah, presidents don't typically have control over the prices of, cars and stuff like that. But I think the dude kind of missed what he was saying. What he was saying is that these lefties and these global warming people or whatnot, they set so many yellow tapes or whatnot and regulations that something as far as like a Cadillac converter would just like he said, Trump said, it causes the prices of cars to go up 18%.
Yeah.
So you take a $10,000 car and you tack on 18% with all these regulations and you do the math and you tell me how much the cars is.
Yeah.
And basically what he was saying is them regulations and stuff and them Cadillac converters and stuff. And I'm using the Cadillac converter as an example or whatnot, but basically, you throwing on all these parts that you don't need, and it's basically making the price of the cars go up. And then the regulations, the yellow tape, and the Cadillac converter that they have and you put on there, it ain't helping global warming. It ain't making the car drive. It's just basically playing one of these lefty loonies or whatnot just to pay for, give somebody basically a DEI job.
Yeah.
And then we all have to foot the bill. So that's what he was saying about the regulations and the stuff. I caught some of what he was saying, but that's basically what he was saying. I was thinking in the back of my head, if all these yellow tape regulations made it go up 18%, somebody tell me the percentage of that from these illegal aliens, how much did they make the percentage of the rate of these cars go? The illegals and the legal ones. How much of rate did they cause these cars and these houses to go up? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and shout out to the Ohio dude or whatnot, man. You can't be no Israel American. What in the world?
You agree with him on that, George?
What? Heck yeah, man. We straight pro-America, bro. If you ain't talking about America, man, we ain't trying to hear nothing else you talking about, man. For sure, bro. We 100% America, bro. We ain't caring about, I'm telling you right now, we ain't caring about nobody else, man. For sure, but America. And if you gotta starve, you gotta starve. But I know one thing, Art ain't starving, and there shouldn't be no other Americans around this mofo starving. They better man up and get their own stuff together. But so what was that you were saying that something about that lady or whatnot? We should. Something like you saying we should give them money or whatnot because the American blacks, they don't really contribute nothing.
In terms of, okay, you give money where you see value and where you think will really do a benefit. We've been giving welfare, and it's only done harm really, to black families and the black community and all that stuff, if there is such a thing as the black community. Whereas you give money to Israel and
they subverting your government.
In exchange, say again?
They subverting your government, but in exchange, go ahead.
In exchange, they, I don't know, share some technology or something. I don't know. They do something with it. Allegedly, yeah. Hopefully they don't commit abortions with it. Somebody's told me that they commit abortions with our money.
yeah. I mean, if you're going to say all that or whatnot, and even if you don't say that, can somebody tell me what are we giving them money for?
I don't even know.
And I'm saying that to say, like, okay, we sent all this money over there or whatnot. What are you doing with it?
I'll ask far left Grok, I guess.
But no, I'm just using that example, and this is the problem what I have with this dual citizenship and letting everybody come over here and whatnot is that we can't never focus on America because we talk about Israel Americans.
Yeah.
You can't focus on nothing about what's going on with the Native Americans because we always talk about Palestinian Americans. You can't talk about the Native Americans because you got to talk about the African boom Americans.
Yeah, terrible. What a mess.
You
remind me of there was this guy who went viral. Maybe he was on TikTok or something, and a non-complainer. I don't know if he's American, but he was in America. Vietnamese guy. And he's saying we Vietnamese are a tiny percentage of the population, but we always do well for ourselves. We contribute. We have businesses. We're skilled. And we stay quiet. You don't hear from us. But meanwhile, these Somali people are acting like respect us, speak our language, and this and that. And they're just complainers, loudmouth, squeaky wheel people who demand special treatment. And they add no value to America on the whole, compared with the Vietnamese who do add value in terms of being like decent with business and, you know, good citizens or good residents anyway, whether they're citizens or not.
Yeah.
And he makes a good point that there's all these squeaky wheels, whether they're Israelis or Somalis or Latinos, illegals. And all these people are like, oh, and refugees, oh, and there's all this kissing up to them. And they do nothing good. What a mess.
Well, I mean, my thing is this. Okay, so you talk, and this is my thing. I don't care what you think you're doing good for America or whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, they worse than Somalians and we better than the Somalians, man. Well, if you doing all this and you contribute all this alleged good stuff to America, do it in your own country. Cause leave it up to y'all. Y'all was coming over here because y'all was fleeing persecution. Now to 2025, oh, they came to America because they was looking for the American dream. Hold up. You said y'all lied and said that they was fleeing the persecution. I didn't get the memo now in 2025 that y'all fleeing this to get the American dollar. When did it change?
Yeah.
So you know, and that's definitely something. Just like I said with the abortion stuff or whatnot, you can't think that Father God is gonna bless America when y'all got rampant abortion in America, and then talk about we complain that we got low birth rates. You can't think that Father God is gonna bless America when you letting people invade America off of a lie, just because you want to think you trying to be inclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, that ain't gonna work, Brody. No, and as much as mofos want to talk about what the Native American blacks is doing or whatnot, man, hey, we ain't them, and we damn sure fighters. We might not be the smartest, but how many black Americans you see that in slavery or whatnot? Not even in slavery, just in the 1900s. They like, man, America's bad. It's racist as heck. They just hung my friend, my brother Tyrone or whatnot in Lakeview, Michigan, and I'm going to go ahead and flee to Somalia. You ain't seen the blacks do that, the Native American blacks do that, because we gonna fight. And that's what we did. We fought for our rights in America. Yeah, so nice. I mean, so as much as a mofo want to say what a black person is doing or how bad or negative a black person or whatnot, and that even goes for some of the native white Americans too. Because they the same way too. They didn't get up and tuck tail and run up out of America when the times got tough. So why should these other people be doing that and coming to America? They don't add no value. I don't care how much value they think they add.
True.
So someday I want to give Trump some advice about or whatnot, because my patience is wearing thin or whatnot. And
on Trump.
Yeah, man, my patience is running thin and or whatnot, and I just feel like he got a whole bunch of dead weight around him. Because if I'm thinking like this, why you paying these other people to be around you, and they ain't thinking of the stuff I'm thinking of? First thing that I'm thinking of, hey, excuse me for rushing this. Okay, so when you did, this is an idea. This is an idea for Trump. When you shut down the food stamps or whatnot, and let's use Minnesota as an example, 80% of them or whatnot is on food stamps or whatnot, illegal, or I don't know if they're illegal or legal or whatnot, but 80% is on food stamps. Well, when you shut the food stamps down, you should have went back out there and told them you was going to open back up and to come and reapply. And when you come to reapply at the Job and Family Services or whatnot, which is the food stamp place, you start locking them up.
Interesting.
You see what I'm saying? But you obviously you ain't got no thinkers around you, and what's the high IQ? What's the high IQ number?
132 maybe.
Obviously he ain't. I mean, I'm a C- student, so I don't think I'm no 132 IQ. So
yeah,
Hake, me. You don't think I got high IQ? Me neither. Yeah. So long story, you funny, Hake. I like how you try to throw that one in there like I didn't catch that fastball.
Oh man, I was talking about myself.
Nah. Forget you, bro. Nah, you just try to throw me under, but I caught you. Oh shoot. So that's the first idea with not. So yeah, man, and it might not work because don't say it too loud. Art done got on the Hake show. I don't say it too loud, so we don't know if that might work now. But I'm trying to figure out who is these people that you paying that they ain't come up with this idea that I'm saying on the phone with you. Okay, my second idea. Well, we shutting the Venezuela drug pipeline down or whatnot. You need to make sure you shutting that drug pipeline from Canada down and Texas down. And America ain't going to be seeing no drugs up in America until we get these illegals coming up out of here. And then once you start doing that, you're going to have a lot of these drug dealers. They going to do a lot of telling and telling on illegals. Once that drug money starts slowing up, what I'm saying is you got to shake the tree and see what falls up out of it. You got to use what you got to your advantage. He needs to use what he has to his advantage and put the press on everybody. If the Dems and the Libs ain't gonna play fair, we gonna start putting tightening the noose around everybody until people start telling and helping get these illegals up out of here or whatnot. And that's another thing that I'm thinking, man. Use what you got to your advantage. Put the press on these lower level street drug dealers and see what comes up out of that. Ain't nobody gonna be making no money illegally in America until we get these aliens up out of America. And then keep and tighten it in the job market too. And we're gonna slow up the money on the job market too. It ain't nobody gonna be able to feed nobody if we don't get them. And watch how many people start flipping and turning on the illegals and helping getting them up out of here or whatnot.
I have a super chat from C-Bill asking, Art, why don't you run for office? Cussing emoji.
Why don't I run from office? The honest answer is I'm gonna be straightforward with not. I think that first thing first, it might hurt me for the simple fact that you're gonna have a lot of people bringing up my old drug history, especially in Columbus. They gonna see me and be like, "Oh man, he think he can run that? He used to sell. I remember him." Then you got
is that how they talk too?
Nah, I'm just being funny,
okay.
You know. But then I can't keep my junk in my pants. So you got a lot of females that's gonna be like, "Oh, I used to mess with him," and then everybody gonna be like, "Oh, he he like to what's the word? He's a gigolo, or he likes to sleep around with a lot of. That's why I just don't want the extra stuff. I just don't want to be having to explain myself and do a whole bunch of extra explaining about something that should be understood or whatnot. You see what I'm saying?
But Trump used to sleep around. Maybe he had multiple different wives at least, and I don't think that Trump ever sold drugs, but you know he had some stuff in his past that he had to bear. And now it took him until like age 70 to do it. So maybe in your 70s you're gonna run for office. I don't know if America has that long.
Yeah, I don't know, Hake, man. I really just don't know.
Would you do it if those became, if you didn't worry about those things?
Yeah, man, but man, you need to, not you, I'm saying me.
Yeah.
I need to feel that I'm comfortable. I need to feel like I got the right backing. The same way I back them, I need to know that they backing me like that. And
True.
I ain't saying money wise. I'm just saying like knowing you got somebody in your corner that believes in believes in your agenda like I believe in the people's agenda that I believe in or whatnot.
Yeah.
But no, that's really it or whatnot. But it was something else that I wanted to say or something too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why are we paying Mexicans to help round up illegals when you got American whites and Native American blacks that's what the militia's for?
You're talking about Latinos in the Hispanics who are in the border patrol?
ICE. Yeah, I'm saying why are they able to double dip?
I
You
don't
see
know.
what I'm saying? So Arizona State University was paying students and people in Arizona to go across like $400 to go over to Mexico to smuggle the illegals into America years ago. So now we paying Mexicans in America to extra money to get them up out of it. That ain't.
I don't totally trust it either. Some of them are all right. Some of them are like really pro-America. I've known some Hispanics who are really American, and then some claim like they are really American even though they were illegal, and then and they claim to love America, but they're like for Obama, you know.
Yeah.
And they're nice families, but they're not. They don't know America like you and I know America. You know, in terms of conservatism and being men and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. There's a lot of shady things that could possibly happen. Totally.
Yeah. Imagine me going in arresting trying to kick my cousin out of the country that ain't even mine.
Right.
That don't even make. Now hold up. Now you like hold up. So Art, and I almost doxed myself. Yeah, that was probably about the first time I ever slipped on the phone with you and said. But and I'm saying this to say, like, now if I was a cop or whatnot, and I had to go arrest my cousin because he did something illegal, that's a whole different ball court because I'm in America. I'm from America.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But why would I expect somebody that don't have no loyalty and no ties to America or whatnot to go arrest somebody that is basically coming over here to do the same thing that you want ICE to do, to have a better life? I just don't see that, man.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense. And I just say that because it's like, nah, man, if we got, that's what the Constitution says about the militia or whatnot. And you got the power to do that or whatnot, man. We don't need to be paying nobody nothing. Truth be told, they should be running out of America if they knew it was. You see, they don't understand like where they at. Like even if you look at the Somalians, they're so inbred and slow with it. They're over here basically rubbing it in our face that they stole from it, and they thinking just because Artie ain't out here in front of the Columbus courthouse screaming out in the front of them or whatnot that everything is cool. They don't understand it. We mad about that, bro. Like it's real. Like man,
that's true.
It's to where it's like you got American people that want to take it into their own hands. Yeah. Like they thinking, oh, just because they ain't seeing us out there like mad about it. And it's like, and you like take Art. You saying they should be running out of America? Yeah, if you knew what was good for you, if you knew how crazy Native Americans is, Native American whites and blacks is, if you really knew American history, you would be like the Tasmanian devil coming up out of America. But for some odd reason, they think that America's fun and games. And
well, that's how we've been treating them, meaning the government's been treating them. Local, city, state, and even the feds have been treating them like babies and babying them. I got to run. All right.
Real quick. One more thing.
Go ahead.
Hear me? Hey. So I got a couple young chicks, and I know some young dudes or whatnot. Trump really got a lot of these younger people, even the blacks or whatnot. They really rolling with him type stuff. So if he gonna do some stuff, he need to hop up on it while he got the young blacks too, because they really basically understanding and feeling where I'm coming from and where he's coming from.
Right.
So I mean, you better capture that moment while you can, because it ain't gonna last forever, and especially if we ain't seeing nothing getting done. And please make some arrests. God bless you, Hake, and I'll catch you later.
All right, Art. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Yes, sir. Yep.
A couple of super chats before I get back to your calls. Over on YouTube, I saw some pertinent to Art and pertinent to the prior calls. I made my goal. The first call with George Seabill, I didn't see that. Seabill says the caller has been abused. Whoa. By Hake, verbally. This caller sounds like his mama, Beta, says Seabill, or CB. Terry says MTG is a saint. If she's a Christian, she is a saint. Latin cross emoji or Christian cross emoji. Thank you, Terry. Mrs. Terry, that is. It's ma'am. So C-Bill said, Art, why don't you run for office? And he answered that with, they would be talking about him. And he doesn't want to deal with that at this time. He wants to make sure that he has some support. Tebriga, Art for president. You got some support in the snake pit, Art. Walking Roscoe, another great call from our Artie. We love you, brother. Very nice. And I will get to your super chats on buymeacoffee.com. You know, there's from Cesar, Alex in Texas. Says, thanks for cooking. Hake, Artie on Israel and Trump. America is what we care about. Hake is wisening up and realizing we only care about America, not Israel. America first, says Alex in Texas. And I will get to the rest of your calls. Oh, C-Bill says with 3 coffees. These emotional beta males, I'm trying to do the recent call pertinent coffees and supers. These emotional betas talking about genociding in Gaza. Where's the outrage about the 1 million of aborted babies every year? Boom! Emoji, explosion emoji. Nice. And Popcorn gave something, and so too did Based America First. And I tried to play Cesar or Caesar on Candy's dream evidence about who really got it, did it in Charlie Kirk. Man, not a laughing matter. But thank you for the supers and coffees, Art, and George callers. Very nice. Okay, let me get back to the calls, though, here before too long. Alex in California on the line here. Alex, thanks for calling and holding, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, Barry, how you doing and whatnot?
Hey, doing fine. Thank you, sir.
Do you recall within maybe a year or two ago, time's going by so fast, but there were a handful of Jays in New York that were doing stuff under the sewer, like in a tunnel? You remember this?
Yeah, I do remember the Jewish tunnels in New York.
Yeah, so it's a pretty wild video. You know, everybody kind of went on their own little conspiracy theories about it. So I just wanted to dispel any conspiracy theories or weird rumors about it, because I saw an interview with the rabbi and he explained it away, and there's really nothing strange about it at all.
Okay.
So, I mean, first, who doesn't remember, you know, being a young person hanging out in the sewers? I mean, me and my friends used to do it. Didn't you used to do that, Hake?
Not exactly the sewers, but we did go into the pipes, you know, the storm drain pipes. Yeah, by the wash. And it's fun. You're not supposed to do it because methane or whatever gas can, like, kill you and you don't realize it. Probably not methane because that stinks. But there's, like, you can suffocate.
Oh, and it's flammable.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Kids be smoking pot down there by the methane and blow themselves up. I don't know if it's ever happened, but it could.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's not so weird to have, like, an entire congregation from a church to open up a couple storm drains and set up shop under the street. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. And the rabbi, he explained it away, so we can all just put it to rest. the reason that there was a bloody mattress and high chairs for children in there was because when they have like a funeral type deal, they bring the body down into the sewer, into their little ritual place, and they said they poke it sometimes to get some blood. And what they're trying to do is resurrect, dead people. So it's nothing weird at all. Everybody can just relax. And, we all kind of do stuff like that. So why don't we just stop picking on the Jays?
Right.
And, if you see one coming out of the sewer, just look the other way. Go about your day.
I'm with you, man.
It's all conspiracy theories, man, and whatnot.
Yeshiva students constructed this tunnel illegally, according to far-left Wikipedia, New York City synagogue tunnel incident, January 2024, so almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's coming up on 2 years, huh?
Yeah. An attempt to illegally expand 770, whatever that is, a process delayed due to various legal disputes involved in the building. Oh, what a mess. So they made a tunnel. And that's crazy. I never really looked into it because it was so wacky. But that could cause some real structural issues. The floor, the ground can cave in. Your floor can cave in depending on where it's, I don't know, what a mess.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like they were doing anything weird. They're just trying to resurrect dead bodies.
Yeah.
High chairs and mattresses. But anyway, I just wanted people to let everybody know, it's just a conspiracy theory, and everybody stop picking on the Jews.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
All right, y'all have a good day. And
you
whatnot.
as well. So when did that thing come out? Do you remember when that interview came out?
I saw it last week. I don't know the guy's name, but
had it been recent, or was it like?
I tried to grok it. It was within like a week or two.
Okay. Thank you for the tip there, Alex in California. Appreciate that, man.
All right, y'all have a good day and whatnot.
You as well, sir. Alex in California. I'm going to step away, enjoy this blackness, because this is bothering me. Let's see if this fixes itself. I'm going to do something magical. Oh, let me see. Let me play. Oh, would you flip that thing? The Mux. Because it went black on me. Yeah.
Their whole show?
No, just the Studio 8. See if that works. I don't think they did anything. For some odd sometimes it'll blink black. Oh, there it goes. Genius. His aura fixes it. Maybe I need to fix my energy. My energy is off. Anchor Baby, fix that for me. William III out of California here. William, thank you for calling and holding, sir. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
Hey, Margie Taylor Greene, she is, ain't nobody worried about her. She is a traitor.
Why should you be concerned about? I don't think that Trump really concerns himself with like approval of people
Pretty much.
as much as just what he thinks is right.
Yeah.
He'll listen to people, and sometimes he listens to bad advice, I guess.
And she ain't nothing to listen to. And
yeah. But shout
like,
out.
Yeah, shout out. But the thing is like that woman, the one that donated to the HBCUs, they'll never see it. Their campuses will still be dumps.
Yeah.
That money will disappear.
Unfortunately, I guess, because it's what a waste, huh? Some people, Jesus told a story like this a couple of times in which people are given something or lent something, and some did great with it, made it increase the value greatly. Some made a little bit, increased the value a little bit, and some people buried it and did nothing with it, and then came up basically with just the same thing that he'd given them, which was not much. And so those people were punished, and even what you have will be taken from you if you're a do-nothing. So.
Yeah. I mean, Trump seen the HBCUs come in the Oval Office to get their annual money the first term. And he asked them, wait a minute, you mean you got to come back here every year for this?
Oh,
They
really?
said, yes. Yeah, they said,
because he
yes,
gave them
we do.
money, right? He gave them major
said,
funding
I'm
first
going to
term.
give you, major money. And the guy that they like, all of those simps in the chat, Joe Biden, took it away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he pulled the black college funds?
He did
Really?
away everything Trump did. The thing about Joe Biden, man, is he panders to the blacks. They love him because he gave all those $2,000 checks away and everything. It's like free money and all that stuff. He didn't do nothing but drive up inflation.
Yeah.
But I doubt if these black colleges ever, when it comes from somebody private like that, it's usually probably not going to get to them. You ever been to a black college? You ever see what they look like, those campuses?
No.
Garbage.
Really?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the difference between the Oval Office of Trump versus the Oval Office of Biden. Did you see the difference with that from back in May?
I know. Those campuses don't look like Stanford. Don't get that in your head, because they don't.
Yeah. So,
I think a lot of people don't understand the relationship with Israel in the United States, and a lot of younger people that have an opinion, like this simp that just called from Ohio was talking about, not art, there's somebody else talking about a genocide in Gaza. And maybe they may want to take a look at the fact that Hamas put those children in the target areas purposely. They never talk about
That's
that.
what I'm trying to say. Isn't it Hamas's job? Hamas is the elected leadership of that, whatever they want to call themselves, country. And they're not protecting their women and children. In fact, they show it off when they get their women and children killed. And then they direct the outrage at Israel, and the suckers fall for it.
Israel actually takes more abrasive action to avoid collateral damage than anybody around.
That's what I've heard.
They do. And they call it, this generation likes to call it a genocide. It's an easy, convenient way to respond to it, but they never stopped to think how many children died in Vietnam. They never stopped and think about how many children died in Japan when we dropped the bombs.
Yeah.
You don't think about how many children died in Germany when they did the Berlin bombing. Children die all the time in wars.
True.
It's just that you got this bunch of simps that came along just recently.
Yep.
That got taught the word genocide.
Yeah. They don't know, like what Jesse explained yesterday on the Jesse Lee Peterson show with a caller, I think it was yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, but I think it was yesterday, that in war, there's women and children who get killed, and the people fighting the war, meaning Hamas and Israel, they don't care. Nope. They don't care.
And as for like the Berlin bombings, as bad as the Nazis were, they didn't put children in the target areas.
Wow.
The children were just there, and their planes were way up in the air, and they just dropped. And children died, women died, everybody died.
Yeah.
Up here, got some news up here in the Bay. The shooting at the birthday party. Remember, I told you, if they think it's blacks or gangs, they're going to hold the information as long as they can. So it has been confirmed that there was more than 3 shooters, and they were gang members, and the targets that they were shooting at were also gang members within the party.
Yep. And they was it true? Was I correct that it was Filipino gang members who were talking and acting black?
Kind of looked like it, yeah, and then some blacks too. They kind of, yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, they kind of blackety black people. You don't have to be black. You don't have to be black to be blackety black.
Right.
So there's just gang activity. That's black. That's black. That's black stuff.
That's interesting.
set tripping and black
50
stuff.
rounds, according to, okay, so when is this? What is this
I
article?
heard it was 40. Yeah, it's 50
December
rounds,
9th.
okay.
December 9th from Fox, KTVU, Fox 2. We know KTVU.
Yeah, Channel 2, Oakland. Yeah.
At least 50
Oh,
rounds.
Yeah. How you think Oakland KTVU is going to report something?
Liberal. I'm familiar.
Yeah.
There's a white middle-aged man who used to be kind of big on Facebook about 10 years ago. Put out stuff on kind of feel-good news on KTVU and thoughtful but liberal news. So 50 rounds from 5 guns at the November 29th birthday party that killed 4 in Stockton, California. Not to be confused with John Stockton, who played somewhere else.
Stockton is right up the road from me over here in Manteca. It's a bad town.
Gang members were at the party. Sheriff cannot say whether or not this was a gang-related shooting. He said it might take months to ID the suspect, and he asked the public for more info. 2 8-year-old girls and a 14-year-old boy and a 21-year-old were the 4 people who died in that deadly birthday party shooting. Interesting.
Yep. And we also, I didn't tell you earlier this week, we also had 11 earthquakes in one day up here.
Wow. Recently?
Yeah. Earlier this week.
Wow. I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah.
I know that there was a crazy earthquake in like Japan or something, or off the
they
coast
had
of
a
Japan.
big one.
Was that could it have been related?
Well, we had ours were like 3.5 average out of 11 earthquakes, and theirs that's a little bit different. Those are 7.3.
Yeah,
Those
it's huge.
are going to be on the level of the 89 quakes in San Francisco. Those are going to be heavy, and the ones that they have create tsunamis. So,
right.
Yeah, just wanted to throw that out there, and I think people need to get an understanding on the Israeli-American relationship because they don't just get funding; they actually buy a lot of ordnance from America. And they're the most stable country in the Middle East. I mean, they do what we don't want to go do. They take care of it. Yeah, San Ramon. And
San Ramon, I've been to San Ramon.
Yeah, it's in the Bay.
Yeah.
It's not for blacks.
Not far from, not far from Berkeley.
Not for blacks. Not far from Berkeley.
I think.
Yeah. Well, kind of going towards the valley where I'm at.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know my geography.
You're going to run through there, San Ramon. Piedmont,
7 earthquakes Monday morning. Wow.
And you see the magnitudes?
Yeah, like 3s, 2s, and 3s.
Right.
Yeah.
Not going to. Those. Japan has something a little bit different. And
huge.
They actually get them all the time.
Crazy. Nice. Well, it's good to hear from you, sir.
All right, man. Take care.
All right. And David in Texas, Tejas, is on the line over here. David, thanks for calling, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you for taking my call. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
You sound good, buddy.
Thanks.
Hey, I got 3 things real quick.
All right.
The young lady that used the N-word at the Cinnabon.
Yes.
The patrons told her that she needed to wear a hijab.
Oh, really?
Is that what that's called? The head dressing?
Before or after? When did they say that? Yeah, the
Before.
hijab, head dressing.
And her response was, "I'm not wearing no witchcraft bandana."
So the Cinnabon.
I just thought that was hilarious. I don't have any real heroes, but she's my hero for the week.
She's funny.
Witchcraft bandana.
I gotta see this.
All
right. Go ahead.
I got a new acronym for you.
All right.
It's MASA. Make America Safe Again. when MASA says he's safe, I say, yes, sir, MASA, we safe.
Nice. Wait. But what's the acronym part?
MASA.
I didn't catch.
MASA, MASA.
David,
Make America safe again.
Make America safe again. Okay, nice. MASA.
Yeah.
When MASA says we safe, I say yes, sir, MASA. Oh, when MASA says he's safe, I say
That's
yes, sir,
right.
MASA. We safe.
We safe.
Make America safe again. Right on. That's fun.
And to the caller, I didn't catch his name because I was pulling into the shipper over here, but I guess it was 2 or 3 callers ago. Not
George. George in
not
Ohio.
William. Okay, George. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is just for me. It's impossible to be a victim when you're able to hold yourself accountable. Now, I definitely believe that I was led and still am led by evil, from time to time. I don't know what the percentage is. I shudder to think.
Uh-huh.
But the people that are on the street, this is just, like I said, this is an anecdotal view.
Right.
I put myself on the street, whether I was led by evil or not. In holding myself accountable, I can see now that I'm the one it doesn't matter what the situation is. I'm the one that's responsible for that. When
you were homeless, it was because of stuff you did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. I think there may be a very slim margin of people that are on the street due to extenuating circumstances beyond their control.
Yeah.
Most of the people that are on the street living in their cars, it's because they're on the government teat.
Yeah.
Especially now, when I was living on the street, you could go to a shelter, which I stayed away from, but you could go to a shelter or you could go to jail or but there wasn't a whole lot there wasn't food stamps and handouts, and they weren't handing out syringes and crack pipes and Narcan, and it wasn't an open drug market here in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of drug use, but it wasn't like you had to hide. Now I can't. That was 20-something years ago, but I can't even imagine what that's like. I can't imagine. But I just don't believe that people are in the spots that they're in on a fluke.
Yeah. Are you a veteran?
No.
Okay. Darn.
No. And a pair of socks would have just pissed me off.
I once threw an apple. I was trying to pass.
You threw an apple at a homeless person?
I did. I was coming off the freeway at some point.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so it was in my plastic bag that I had my lunch in, right? So I had my apple, maybe some peanuts and raisins and things. And I was trying to hold it out, and he wasn't paying attention, so I tossed it. I don't know if it hit him or not, but I wanted to toss some food at him. I was a do-gooder at that point. I was fresh out of college, going to like concerts and things in L.A., and I was driving, and somehow I saw him, and so I did that. I was trying to do good for him.
Did you think you were at the zoo?
No, I didn't think of him as like a sight to see. I think where I got the idea, I bet, was from this woman, this classmate from art class, and I saw her I saw her MySpace. She married one of my other friends, another classmate of ours. And I saw her MySpace, MySpace being the pre-Facebook.
Right. Sure.
And she said that she wonders what homeless people think about, or what the people who are selling stuff on the freeway or whatever on the side of the freeway. So it made me think, oh, wow, she's thinking about other people. I'm a Christian too. We're supposed to consider other people. So it was something like that that I probably had in my mind. When you're trying to be Christian, you try all kinds of different things to try to be Christian.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I remember long before I was homeless, I was probably like 18, 19, something like that. And I had a job in downtown Dallas as a security officer. And there was a guy that was begging for change, and I gave him I had a couple of quarters maybe and a piece of gum or candy or something, and handed it to him. And he took the candy and threw it down on the ground and said, "I don't need this." Blank.
Exactly.
And I felt so I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was stunned.
Yes.
I was stunned and sickened and shocked and appalled.
I have another story. There's this guy who's probably homeless. He seems like he's like off or infirmed, and he's like limps up and down La Cienega sometimes. Black, old timer guy.
Right.
And he looked around as I was walking up from my walk afternoon, and he kind of stopped and stood to the side a little bit, and I walked by him, and I waved at him a little bit. I held my hand up and said, "Thank you." And he's like, "Yeah, whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, cool, all right." And then he said, "What the bleep ever?" And he started walking across the street, cussing up a storm and just yapping and cussing. And I felt so stupid because I was kind of being a people pleaser with my thank you or hello or whatever I said to him. And so he just left me with egg on my face, and he's all ticked off, and who knows whether he's in it, how far out of his mind he was.
Yeah, because he's angry.
Yeah, that anger.
I mean, what Jesse says about the homeless people, man, of course, I can't speak for anybody else but myself, but when I was homeless, you better believe I was angry. The only time I was not angry was when I was in that first part of getting high. After that, I mean, when I'm looking for the next one or how am I going to get the next one, I'm mad, dude.
Yeah.
So I completely relate to what Jesse's saying, with the whole anger thing, because I mean, and that didn't stop when I stopped using drugs. You know, I mean, I was still angry about a lot of different things, and I think that anger is the absolute mortal enemy of everything.
Yeah.
We all, I get bent out of shape. Marjorie Taylor Greene. What are you? And you were looking for the word earlier. It's geoengineering, aka chemtrails, and I get if I stop and think about it, I get bent out of shape about that, and flat Earth versus round Earth, and they're lying to us about everything, and so I mean, I could still get angry if I'm not paying attention to what's going on inside,
Yeah.
and I don't want to be that way ever anymore. I mean, I don't want to be that way. I don't want to get angry about anything. I think it is ridiculous, and there is no good reason for it.
Totally.
So
interesting, man. Great call. I
That's my
appreciate
take.
that.
That's my take. I appreciate you, and you keep up the good work.
Will do, man. Thank you, sir. Take care.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Make sure you guys catch Punchy TV, and of course, don't forget American Anchor, baby. Cloud Bops tends to be first with his strong arm and puff and harumph face. I'm second. So you can Or you can catch American Anchor Baby on Rumble if you're one of those. And so, yes, indeed, the Cinnabon Karen did say something like what David in Texas said, that he said, I was showing during Williams' call the White House Oval Office before, during Biden versus after, thanks to our greatest president, Trump. And I have super chats to get to. You see these super chats keep coming in. Very nice. Thank you kindly, y'all over there. Looks like I'm caught up with the ones from YouTube, but I have some super chats remaining from Based America First. All right. So I'll just call these coffees. December 5th, Gruesome posted, that would be Gavin Newsom. Donald Trump promised almost a year ago that he'd, quote unquote, take care of rebuilding after the Los Angeles firestorms. But survivors are still waiting for him to officially ask Congress for relief. Split his infinitive there, which is okay, I now hear. Gruesome asked Congress for $33.9 billion and is complaining that FEMA refused a routine wildfire recovery meeting. California legislature passed $2.5 billion funding January 23rd, almost a year ago, enough to build 2,500 $1 million homes. Where are they? Grift now, success never. Wow. Survivors are still waiting for Gruesome Newsom to officially ask Congress for relief, I guess. He asked $33.9 billion and complaining that FEMA refused a routine wildfire recovery meeting. You know, they only built one home or building one home or something. I don't know. Something is ready to live in. One place. A mess. Leave it to the evil government. Newsom. Popcorn says on buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. What are your thoughts on the recent viral video of the Cinnabon employee calling a Somalian man and woman the N-word? Apparently, I don't know if she called them that or just said N-words. I guess she was calling them that. Apparently, over $100,000 has been raised for her on Give, Send, Go, I believe, he says. Yeah, we heard about that a little bit on the Jasmine Peterson show. And shout out to Terry, who gave me the tip yesterday. It reminds me of this case of a woman who called a child the N-word and a bunch of money was raised for her. Yeah. Not just out of nowhere, but because they were fired or, I don't know, persecuted in some way. Doxed and all kinds of stuff. Does the fact that the employee has reportedly had several arrests for disorderly conduct and drug possession give you any hints about her character? Yeah, she's angry. She has low character. Your relationship with free speech seems more of a show me what they said and I'll tell you if I think it should be allowed type of stance, says Popcorn, meaning it isn't rooted in a particular principle, claims Popcorn. Do you think people raising the money for her are doing so because they're free speech absolutists and the people donating to her would do the same if the races were reversed? ? I doubt it. No, because they're doing it because there's an attack on white people. And there's an attack on white people's freedom of speech, right? It strikes me as people donating because they specifically like that type of speech and they want more of it. Yes, we want more of white people having the freedom of speech, all right? Having the freedom of speech. Because they were both wrong in that situation. The people recording her were wrong for trying to get her in trouble because the people recording her were continuing to argue with the devil. They asked her for, according to the story, they asked her for more caramel or something like that. Or caramel, if you want to call it caramel. But we call it caramel because we're American. We're not these French people. I don't know. Ignore that, kids. It may be completely off base. What say you? The woman exclaimed that she was a proud racist. Yeah, when you're ticked, you just be like, yeah, that's me. In your face. Now, what now? Does the company have a right to fire her? Of course. Was it right for them to do so? Yeah. Yeah. She was angry. You can't trust her. Interesting dynamic between do they have a right to do XYZ versus is it right to do XYZ? Yeah, totally. I've heard both you and Jesse argue both of these statements depending on which suited the point you wanted to make, says Popcorn. I don't know what you're saying. You seem to be accusing me of something, Popcorn, but you didn't really clarify what you want from me. White people, you know as well as I do that there is an attack on white people, all right? And this is an example of an attack on white people. They recorded her because people are like, oh, it's so disturbing. She's angry. What's disturbing about that? It's disturbing because she's angry. But she said the N-word, ooh, big wow. And she said, I don't want to, what did he say that it was? No witchcraft bandana? It's funny. Yeah, but there's definitely we want to bring back the spirit of the freedom of speech, and I'm for that fundraising thing for these gals. These loudmouthed women, they remind me of the Irish and the Italians and the Jews. These loudmouthed people. Nick Fuentes, Irish and Italian and Hispanic, loudmouth whites, because Hispanic is supposedly white. And so I appreciate him, though. He's one of the good ones in terms of those loudmouths, because he's not getting us in trouble because he's doing it in the right way. These women are doing it in the wrong way, but we appreciate them. As Jesse said to the lady, don't be angry. She was angry. She's 42. She's roughly my age. Anyway, thank you, C-Bill. Thank you, Chris. I'm reading these super chats. Gotta plow through. Gotta catch 'em all. Coffees. Chris says, Hake, I was way ahead of this Crockett Senate fiasco. Remember when I mentioned Wesley Hunt and you were kind of dismissive about it? Oh, this black guy, huh? Well, that's the answer. She'll more than likely be running against, and the only Texas Republican who will beat her. I can't wait for this showdown. Hunt is going to destroy her, and it will be glorious. Salute emoji. What's this, Oh, this, what is this? Those are interesting characters. Explain yourself. Chris, let me see if I can copy paste this. Explain this. Please. What that mean to put it in the black vernacular? Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Alex from Texas, thank you, sir, again. I read that one. Cesar or Cesar with 3 coffees. You know what, man? Going back down to Chris, I want to see a white man go against her. Wouldn't you like to see a white man going against Jasmine Crockett? An unabashed white man? Unfortunately, Asmodor has died, has passed on. I would have voted for him. I would have moved to Texas just to vote for him against Jasmine for Senate. So this guy with his plaid, he practically is wearing a quarter zip. 44 years old. Hey, he's just a couple of months younger than me, a few months younger than me. Wesley Parrish Hunt, former Army officer, Republican, born in Houston, Cornell, and so he's in the House of Representatives, or I don't know what he is. Oh, congressman. For the federal government. I don't know. He looks too Tim Scotty for me, but I could totally be wrong, man. That's slander. All right. Cesar, Wesley Hunt. Cesar. Sup, Hake, hearing you report that people in Miami elected a female mayor is disgusting, says Cesar Cesar. It's insidious and will make Miami worse than it already is. I know. And not only is it a female, it's a Democrat. It's the first Democrat in 30 years. That means 1995 or so. Regarding precious metals, I've been buying gold and silver since 2022. Silver price around $24 an ounce, presumably back then or so. This past Saturday, it was $57 an ounce. Today, it's at $60. Experts say it'll be around $140, $150 at some point next year. Whoa. But not that you should listen to experts. On another note, haven't heard from Allan from Michigan in a little while. Remember when Mark said that racism saves lives? He sure was right. Be easy, my peoples. Dominican praying hands emoji. I think he's Dominican. Out of the Dominican Republic. Thank you, Cesar or Caesar. Very nice. Sweet. Let me go back over here. Hey! Childish Cash said on the super chat, opened up the Bible for the first time yesterday. Nice. Right on. First time ever? I remember reading my Bible, sitting on my bed. And it was cool. I didn't know what to do, so I just started from Genesis and read the whole way through. Back when I was homeschooled in 3rd grade, my mother made us memorize the book of James, us being my other brother and I. Punchy TV is happening today. I wanted to say one thing about Australia banning 16 and under from the internet or social media. I think that's ridiculous, dumb. One, because I don't trust or like anything that Australia does. Jules didn't think that I understood the situation. Hake is defending pre-16-year-olds having unlimited screen time. Yes, it's the parents' job, man. It's not the government's job. Hake wasn't the app. It wasn't the apps that want to limit the use. They want you to use them all the time. I know these apps are evil. Hake is defending the social media apps. No, I'm not. I'm not defending Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or no kid uses Facebook. Let's be serious. Do kids use Facebook? YouTube. I think kids should be on YouTube and TikTok and X and IG. If it limits the use of apps, this policy didn't come from Facebook, X, or Insta, or TikTok, Tic-Tac, Zigzag. Evil, disgusting, communist Australia did it. Playing mama. Jules, shout out. Dogs. Australia is evil. They took the social media ban for kids under 13. All these news organizations were talking about it. I'm not going to show it because I don't have time. But they shouldn't be doing that. That's the mother and father's job to protect the children. You're basically trusting Hamas to protect you when Hamas is not going to protect you. The government is Hamas. All right? It's a fact. Look it up. The government does not care about you. They want to show bodies on the floor so that the people alive can be like, oh, we need to take the guns away. Oh, we need to limit your freedom. They don't want the kids to be based because the kids are based. And they don't want the kids to be based. All right? Australia is anti-based. Australia are the worst people in the world. Just ask, what's his name, who called my show about the Jewish tunnels. Well, there's nothing to see there. He knows what's up. Take care, guys. Peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts. American Anchor Baby up next, and then Punchy TV. Bye.